And before I start the rest of this video, I just want to say I'm very sorry this took so long. I kind of lost passion for a bit until I decided to just spend less time using this thing in general, and eventually I got my sense of self-control back. Greetings to all that's holy and unholy. I'm Jeff, and a few weeks ago I shot a video. This video, which is about writing the name of my favorite idol singer right now. Although I kinda screwed up the message part, because I just winged it without using a script. But anyway, I'll pop in once and at the end so that I can tell you what the point of this video is. /was. See you at the end. In 2 of my previous videos, I've said a bunch of things that are pretty important to this one. I once said that language is really weird. I also once asked the question, what's in a name? Today's video is an exploration of both of those things. But I need to tell you about a special somebody just for context. This person that you're seeing on the screen is Erika Ikuta. She's a Japanese idol singer, and yet she was able to pick up Okinawan folk songs and yodeling in a couple of weeks. Also, there's a reason why that last bullet point is blank. So what does this random idol singer have to do with you writing down her name? I figured that me doing this would not just be a learning experience for me, but something for you as well. Now let's just focus on having fun. All you need to know is, I'm teaching myself how to write Erika Ikuta's name in Japanese characters. And I just want to come out and say that calling it Japanese characters is sort of inaccurate.
And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book.
The funny thing about kanji characters is that they have 2 basic readings. You've got your kun reading, which is the pronunciation that Japan has given that particular symbol, and then you've got your onyomi, based on how that thing is pronounced in Chinese. However, there are also a lot of other weird ways that you can read a kanji character. Since this video, however, is about writing someone's name, we only need to focus on one other, and that's nanori.
Don't ask me why it doesn't end in yomi.
Like my past self said, I don't make the rules. Nanori is what you think it might be. Sometimes when kanji characters are used in someone's name, they're meant to be read in ways that aren't kun or on. How are you able to decode Erika Ikuta's name? Well, first I need to put on this thing. It's a neck brace my mom got me so that I could watch the iPad on the go. For obvious reasons, I don't use this thing much. I was able to decode Erika's name by going to 2 different websites. First, you've got Stage 48. Think of Stage 48 as a database for idols under Yasushi Akimoto, the manager for AKB group and the Sakamichi series that Erika's a part of, and you'll be able to read her name in hiragana characters. And this makes it easier for beginners to pick up on how all this mess is supposed to be pronounced. Second, I go to this site called jisho.org. All you need to do is to just copy paste into their search bar, and then you will be able to get potential meanings for each of the characters. They'll even teach you how to write it. With the use of Stage 48 and Jisho, I'm able to do a little bit of cross-referencing so I can find out whether a kanji character is supposed to be read as nanori instead of just kun or on. It was much easier to decode Erika's name because I need to point out that none of the kanji in her name use nanori readings. I'm not sponsored by jisho.org nor Stage 48. Do hit me up though if you wanna. So now that I've got this very strange looking thing around my neck, and that I have something that's vaguely close to a Japanese brush, let's start! So the first character I'm going to be picking up is this character. It kind of vaguely reminds me of like a rook piece in chess. And this character is read as iku. It's actually an old prefix that meant lively or vital. Even though it's not used like that anymore, it's kind of clear that this character still has a very close connection to words involving life. To live, to exist, to make a living, stuff like that. As long as it has to do with preserving life, this kanji character will come in handy. Let's start drawing it. Oh man. This looks ridiculous already. We're gonna start with a line going down from here at the very top, one going this way, and a line right there going straight down, and then another line going here, and then we got a line that starts from all the way here and goes into there. Okay, two things. One, this looks terrible. These two lines are like supposed to be of the same length, but I kind of failed there. I don't know why, if there's something wrong with the aspect ratio of how my iPad films. If you look through my iPad, it looks like I'm the Incredible Hulk trying to teach himself how to write in Japanese. Oh man, this is hell, y'all. Okay, I think I did a slightly better job on that one. Slightly better. There might be a way for me to fix this to make the angling seem better. Okay, that should be a lot better. Now you can see more of my hand, so that's much better. I look ridiculous. I'm just gonna let that out of there. I think I've done enough. Okay, let's delete that. So we've got the first character down. Let's go to the second one. This second character is also pretty simple. It also looks like a window decided to grow two short stubby legs. Let's learn how to draw this character. So how does the stroke order go? Down, and then an L shape, and 3 lines. But there has to be those two stubby legs there. So let's do that. Up, going down, and then we got an L shape that reaches the same length there. Oh no, I screwed up already, folks. Something going down here, and then it's gotta go this way, and it's gotta go this way.
What the f is that? What is that?
Okay, you know what? The first time is always terrible. So I'm gonna do it again. Down, take a little... No, now that's too thin.
I want those slices thinner.
Third time is the charm here. Down. Okay, now it looks like it just has 3 short stubby legs.
What is that?
I'm gonna do it for one last time. Ah man. I thought this kanji was simple to draw, but not really. One last. Alright. Oh hey! Compared to like these 3 combined, this one looks the best. Right, let's go move on. So by this point I have to inform you that we're already 1 kanji character deep into Erika's given name. Her surname, Ikuta, seems to be a pretty common surname in Japan, or so I think, because I know there's like 1 train station or place name that bears these 2 kanji characters in its name. This third, wow. I'm smart, kind of infuriates me right now because it looks pretty hard to even attempt, and its pronunciation is just 1 syllable. And it just means, well, pictures. So let's go to that freaking kanji and learn how to write it. Oh boy. If you are a beginner, probably don't follow my example. Start teaching yourself simpler kanji to write first. Oh no, I gotta do that too.
Oh no.
Let's do that. I'm gonna put my neck back. I just realized it's really hard to imitate kanji if you don't have that like grid pattern, but I'll just see what I can do. First order of business, L shape going down like that, and then you get an L shape even deeper than that and somewhat thin, ends with like a little thingy attached to it. Then you draw a line going down, so now it looks like something that Hela would have used in Thor Ragnarok. Then you put your... put a line going here and another line going here. Oh shucks, line going here. Apparently this whole thing alone means silk in Chinese. So now I move on to the other half of this kanji character, which I would like to nickname the house. Start from around here, then draw a line going down there, and same place to complete the roof. Okay, then you've got to write a line that just slants up by a little bit. Then you gotta draw a bigger line that slants up by a little bit. I am now going to give this house a nose. Oh man, I screwed that part up. That's not a nose. Okay, that's not a nose. That's a freaking beak. That's a freaking beak. You know, I'm not even gonna bother filming a repeat attempt of this because this is a very hard kanji to draw. I can probably improve off screen, who knows. So now let's move on to the technically final portion of her name. It's actually a word that means hair blossoms. Rika. We have the we just now need to draw 2 more kanji that is going to serve as the Rika. Luckily, the kanji for ri is a lot simpler than the glorious mess that I had to draw. To create ri, we need to start with, and I just ran out of ink. So we start now with a line, tiny line there at the top, another line there that is not so slanty, and then we draw a pole, so now it becomes an electric pole with a fully developed leg and one that hasn't been so developed. Don Quixote has a new worst enemy now, folks. Now we draw this part, which is actually very similar, I think, to the hiragana for ri anyway. And then there's a huge line that starts here and then goes all the way. Sorry, it's supposed to go in the reverse direction. So there, for correction's sake. In between that line, I draw another pole, and it essentially just becomes another mutated electric pole with legs. Barring that one mistake, I think this turned out okay. So now we can move on to the very last kanji, which is ka. Fortunately for my very slow, westernized butt, the kanji for ka is very simple to write. There's a reverse J. J for Jeff. Enough with the egocentrism, let's go and write this thing. We start with a huge line there at the top, and it's supposed to go this way. A line here, and then it's gonna go down. Another line here, and then it goes down. It kinda looks like a walk if you view it from a very certain angle. And then we have this very thing right here. For some odd reason, I already know how to instinctively write this kind of figure. Maybe because it looks like a pickaxe. And then finally, the slightly difficult part is I've got to draw a line here that should connect to the reverse J. It's a simple kanji to write, but the way I did it, it kind of looks terrible. But hey, look at that. I have Rika, hair blossoms. My handwriting is so much like a kid's. Darn. Look at that O. That O has just given up so much on life. Okay, iPad, I am so done with you because my gosh, that thing is a literal pain around my neck, folks. So let's take off the sticky tack and show off our proud results. Ta-da! Wow, dude. Ah, shoot. This thing is absolutely terrible. Of course, I'm doing it out of my admiration for Erica. She is legitimately one of the most talented people out there right now. So yeah, I did quite terribly. Although you'd have to ask, what was the point of all of that? In the very first video I uploaded this year, which was my 21st birthday, I said stuff about finding your promise inside your name, like I did with mine. But things get a little more complicated when you're a Japanese person given a proper Japanese name. For someone like Iku-chan, on the surface level it doesn't make much sense that she is this extremely talented singer, but all the characters in her name have something to do with nature. It's almost like a more fitting name for a farmhand or someone that loves agriculture. Maybe even a conservationist. But then, this is where the weirdness of language, as I've said in my vlog about Pokemon namesakes, rears its head. After all, names did spring up as a way of telling who's who. And kanji characters in the Japanese language sort of add to that. Because it's not far-fetched to have 2 Japanese people share the same name in terms of pronouncing it. But with using kanji, it kinda helps you shield your identity. I still stand by my point though that names should be all about making others be more human. So if I think about it now, if I used my very not scientific way of figuring out what my name's promise was, here's my opinion on Iku-chan's name. Her surname means field. Erica is a name adapted from the West, and the kanji of her given name have something to do with nature, which makes me think that her promise is simply about being beautiful, being humble, and reaching out. And reaching out she's already good at doing. The one thing though that the name Ikuta Erika cannot portray really well is a secret wild side.
教えてよ、秘密じゃなくて。
And with that being said, I've been Jeff, and thanks for hanging out. And this is end card time. My last essay vlog-like project is here, and my last Sharpedos is right here. After this, I'm gonna be uploading a pretty long Sharpedos that should hopefully cover 3-ish weeks, back to being delayed again. But hey, at least I'm doing the content that I feel better suited for. See you guys.